General Motors spent more than $10 billion trying to replace human drivers with artificial intelligence. And on October 2nd, 2023, one of its autonomous taxis struck a pedestrian in San Francisco, trapped her under the vehicle, and dragged her approximately 20 feet. By December 2024, GM had shut down the entire robotaxi business. So the official name for what happened to the pedestrian is serious injury. The official name for what GM did next is a cover-up allegation. So California regulators allege that Cruise concealed details of the crash for more than 2 weeks. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration fined Cruise $1.5 million for failing to disclose. A third-party investigation found culture issues, ineptitude, and poor leadership had fueled the regulatory failures that led to the accident. GM was not alone in this bet. Ford and Volkswagen jointly invested nearly $7 billion in an autonomous vehicle company called Argo AI. And it shut down in October 2022. Uber spent roughly $2.5 billion on its own self-driving unit. It was sold in 2020 after one of its vehicles killed a pedestrian in Arizona in 2018. 3 companies, nearly $20 billion. 3 different ways the same story ended. This is the story of what happens when you replace the driver before you're ready, and why the people making that bet were never going to stop until something forced them to. This is Barely Human Labs. We experiment on modern life in the age of AI. If you enjoy watching $20 billion worth of certainty meet the road, subscribe. We find these stories so you don't have to. Okay, so to understand why every major car company spent billions trying to remove the driver, you need to understand the number that drove the entire bet. Roughly 94% of serious crashes are caused by human error. That figure comes from the U.S. National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. And if you take it at face value, which Silicon Valley did, loudly and confidently, it's a very compelling premise for a business. So you remove the human from the car, you remove the error, you remove the crashes, you save lives. Capture the trillion-dollar transportation market. It was not a dishonest argument. The case for autonomous vehicles was genuinely built on that logic. The problem was not the motive. The problem was what the motive justified. By 2017, every major car company and every major technology company was in the race. GM bought Cruise for $581 million in 2016 and began pouring money into it. Ford invested $1 billion in a Pittsburgh startup called Argo AI, run by former Google and Uber engineers. Uber had its own self-driving division, the Advanced Technologies Group, running test vehicles in Pittsburgh, Phoenix, and in San Francisco. Alphabet's Waymo, the original self-driving car project, had been running since 2009. The pitch to cities, to regulators, and to investors was identical across all of them. This technology will save lives. We will have it on the road by 2021. The only question is who gets there first. Ford CEO said in 2017 that the company expected to bring Level 4 autonomous technology, fully driverless, no human required, to market by 2021. That did not happen. And the reason it did not happen is worth understanding carefully, because it's the same reason it will not happen on the timeline any of the other companies predicted either. On the evening of March 18, 2018, a 49-year-old woman named Elaine Herzberg was walking her bicycle across a road in Tempe, Arizona. An Uber self-driving vehicle operating in autonomous mode with a human safety monitor behind the wheel struck and killed her. She was the first person killed by a self-driving car in a public road test. The safety driver had been watching a video on her phone. The vehicle software had detected Herzberg more than 6 seconds before impact. It had classified her, incorrectly, as an unknown object rather than a pedestrian. It had calculated that no immediate action was necessary. 6 seconds. The software saw her. It decided she was not a person worth stopping for. Uber suspended all self-driving operations after the crash. It eventually resumed testing. It eventually sold the entire division to Aurora in December 2020 for roughly $4 billion in Aurora stock. The information later reported that Uber's self-driving car could not drive more than half a mile without encountering a problem. Uber had spent $2.5 billion on the program. Argo AI learned nothing from this and pressed on. Ford and Volkswagen continued pouring money in. By 2021, Argo was valued at $12.4 billion and had 2,000 employees testing vehicles in 7 cities. Plans were announced for 1,000 self-driving taxis to launch in Miami and Austin, bookable through Lyft. In October 2022, Ford and Volkswagen pulled the plug. Ford wrote off $2.7 billion. Volkswagen wrote off $2.6 billion. 2,000 employees were absorbed or let go. Argo AI was shut down on October 26, 2022. Ford CEO said that profitable, fully autonomous vehicles at scale are a long way off. That left Cruise. GM had been the most aggressive. Cruise had been operating driverless vehicles in San Francisco since 2021, serving paying passengers since 2022. There were occasional problems, vehicles blocking traffic, making hard braking maneuvers, causing minor incidents. The NHTSA opened a preliminary investigation in December 2022. And then, October 2, 2023, the Cruise vehicle did not just hit the pedestrian. It stopped, assessed its position, pulled to the side of the road, and in doing so, dragged her 20 feet. Cruise suspended driverless operations. California revoked its permits. A third-party investigation found the company had actively concealed details of what happened for more than 2 weeks. The California Department of Motor Vehicles suspended Cruise's license to operate in the state. The NHTSA fine followed. GM CEO Mary Barra announced in December 2024 that GM would no longer fund robotaxi development. The business case required a significant amount of incremental time and capital beyond the $10 billion we've already invested. The robotaxi business was not General Motors' core business. It took the death of a pedestrian, the dragging of another, a cover-up investigation, and $10 billion to reach that conclusion. If you've ever been told that removing human judgment from a system would make it safer, this channel is for you. Subscribe. Here's what the autonomous vehicle story is actually about. It's not the technology, not the money, the incentives. Every company in the race had the same problem. To attract investment, you needed to demonstrate progress. To demonstrate progress, you needed to put vehicles on public roads. To put vehicles on public roads, you needed to convince regulators that technology was safe. And to convince regulators, you needed to claim capabilities that were ahead of where the technology actually was. The race rewarded speed and it punished honesty. A company that accurately described the limitations of its system did not get funded. A company that projected confidence and hit testing milestones, regardless of what those milestones actually proved, did. Uber's engineers were reportedly writing internal emails describing near-daily vehicle damage before the Herzberg crash. Those emails did not stop the testing. The competitive pressure was too strong. So this is not a story unique to autonomous vehicles. It's the story of every technology where the deployment decision was made by people whose financial interests pointed toward deployment and whose technical expertise pointed toward caution. The people who understood the limitations of the system were not the people writing the checks. The 94% human error statistic was true. Human drivers are dangerous. The argument wasn't wrong. But the argument was used to justify a deployment timeline that the technology could not support. The vehicles were not safe. They were just differently unsafe. And when they caused harm, the harm was attributed to edge cases and software versions, rather than to the decision to deploy before the system was ready. What this means for the next generation of AI automation and safety-critical systems, aircraft, medical devices, infrastructure, power grids, is the question worth sitting with. The autonomous vehicle industry ran this experiment at enormous scale with hundreds of billions of dollars. And the answer it produced is the technology works in controlled conditions and fails in the conditions you cannot anticipate. And the conditions you cannot anticipate are the ones that matter. Waymo is still operating. It has had the fewest incidents of any major player, and it's been the most cautious about deployment pace. The company that moved slowest is the one still moving. The companies that moved fastest are the ones writing off billions and closing their doors. This is Barely Human Labs. We experiment on modern life in the age of AI. Subscribe, because the next industry to make this bet is already doing it. And they're also running a little behind on their timeline.